I think that depends on two things. On one, what role BRI will have on the countries that it works with. In other words, will it really work as an economic connector, as a connector of prosperity, as a builder of stability? Or is it more of a geostrategic project which is about increasing Chinese political influence in the world? Those, I think, are two real possibilities. It's possible that they will act in a combined manner, but how the rest of the world reacts depends on which of these elements is stronger. Then there's another element, which is the global surroundings in which BRI is undertaken. I think that we're now in an economically and politically very volatile situation. It's possible that we could see another economic crisis in Europe. We could also see another global financial crisis. In that case, a BRI that works with economically very weak countries who take a lot of perhaps not completely sustainable debt from Chinese banks might exacerbate their economic difficulties and become a debt trap. So two elements, both the intentions of China in pursuing BRI and the global competitive environment, economic and political. Well, if everything goes well, or let me put it this way, I think if interdependence is a neutral term. Interdependence just means we become more connected by working with each other. But the truth is that we can become connected in positive ways and in negative ways. And if there is a negative environment to a project, if there is a negative global economic and political environment, then these effects can compound each other. And in other words, something that started out as a little bit negative can become very negative, or something that started out as a little bit positive can become extremely positive. What I'm talking about, of course, is called by economists contagion. In other words, connectedness means that something that happens in one area, because of connections, can spread to the other. So I see BRI as fundamentally neutral, but it can work both in the positive and in the negative direction. I think in America, and I have to say I'm German, I'm a European working in Washington, but my perspective, my perception is that in America there are very different attitudes to China. There are some very hostile attitudes to China and some much more friendly. That shapes the way people think about Chinese projects like this one. But in general, I think a lot of people are willing to give BRI the benefit of the doubt, to say this might be useful to everybody concerned, including the West, including America. But there's, I think I don't need to tell you that there are also people who are very suspicious about it and are worried that it is a part of a strategy for domination and a strategy for splitting countries from Western institutions.